basically a short introduction to this project. It's a new project called Macro, and this project is a part of the larger project coordinated by an architect and an urbanist in Brazil called Brissac. And I'm going to show some images of it, and also the goal of the project, which is this. Okay, I'm trying to move. Okay. Well, basically, the project is that's good to read. Okay. So hard to translate. Maybe the first time you don't like. So basically, what Nelson did was a large project, a 4 years project, where he analyzed the impact of the industrialization of the new global situation of Brazil, that we are getting a lot of money inside the country, and big companies are like, let's say, exploring the soil, oil, and all these things into this steel and global economy. And this, in some ways, this new situation of Brazil, in the past 8 years, changes a lot, let's say, the urban scenario, and also change a lot with our economy. And in some ways, what he realized with this project was that much of these changes, they were not planned in advance. And then what he found out with this project was that lots of cities, for example, they were not prepared in the, countryside cities where you can have a lot of iron and let's say oil or something like this. They were not prepared for this changing. So what happened was that in these cities, for example, in one called, it's just an example, in a city called Timóteo, the entire city was owned by a company called Alcoa or something like this. These companies that extract something from the soil. And then suddenly they decide to move out from the city. They say, okay, we are done. We still, because of the price of some of the steel or something like this. And then they put the entire city, basically 95% of the city on sale for $1 the acre or something like this. And people start buying the city, acres and acres. And the mayor, the city hall, the mayor, basically all the people in the city living there, they say, oh, we need to do something because it was mess in the city. And then, in some way, what he did was this kind of analysis based in this in the urbanist problems related to this new configuration. So, and then he created this project called Macro, and this project was, I'm just going to show you here. And the idea was like compare like different states in Brazil. We have like he analyzed 4 big states like São Paulo. They are larger states, but São Paulo, Minas Gerais, Espírito Santo, and Rio de Janeiro. And he used like a kind of, this project it's a kind of, let's say, methodology, and the idea was to create a tool to visualize this new dynamics in the let's say, in the territorial, he said that the intervention in the territory in the state. So what he did was like this. And I was invited to create the visualization for this project, and then the first thing that we start to see was like this kind of alteration. We got some maps, and then we did this, like in São Paulo, as seen in São Paulo, and then we framed this in different kind of, let's say, issues like critical situations, territorial dynamics, logistical infrastructure, and industrial systems. And then we got these maps from places, and then this image was developed by the project, and now we are creating kind of interactive visualization of this things. And in these critical situations, for example, we can see lots of problems that they are going on in these places. And this is also what you mean critical situations. And then you have like the cities where you have problems like the infrastructure, and the places that they decide just with big companies, they decide to extract some materials from the soil, and they decide to put like a big rail system, and they simply decide to put this, and they didn't ask for to the cities, or they didn't implement a kind of system to regulate this train line, and they simply put the train lines, and the people who were living there, they just were moved out from a little bit, but they are still living close to these places.